I want to thank you, Chairman LaHood, and the panel witnesses for coming in to discuss this urgent matter. It is good to see my dear friend David Hanson here from the Buckeye State. We've known each other for probably close to 20 years now. And I do have it on firm authority from his wife that I can treat you as a hostile witness. So, it is critical that we ensure that the administration does not redefine the federal poverty line, which would result in rural Americans losing valuable federal dollars. I want to just go to a couple questions because I want you to expand upon it. And I missed your testimony, I read your testimony, but Perry County was one of those counties in Ohio that was kind of went through many different phases. It started with pottery, and then went into coal, and so now they're right on the verge of kind of where the new Intel plant is, and just the county right next to it. So, Mr. Hanson, many are advocating for increasing monetary aid and removing work incentives for lower income individuals and families. In your opinion, what would be the effect in your community and your work of trying to help individuals re-enter the workforce if work requirements and incentives were removed from federal aid?
Thank you for the question, Representative. I just think it would just be setting us backwards. We have to help people to, what I say, expand their circles of experience, to understand that there's this really pretty fabulous 21st century economy out there. If you're in Perry County and your uncle worked in coal, you don't understand that it's got a different set of challenges now for you to thrive. I believe that people are really up to those challenges, but helping people to understand, and these are small rural communities that are fairly isolated. They don't understand what the opportunities are. They're not like us reading the newspapers and saying, oh my gosh, this is a fabulous landing that's happening in the state. The Intel plant, so the traditional coal mining world, solid workers, and I knew the 200 that were laid off from Buckingham, which is the last mine that was closed in Perry County. Any manufacturer would love to have them because they understood safety. Yet it was just such a different world because they really didn't have any certification. Nothing could be transferred because they worked within the mine. They knew how to use large, heavy equipment, but they'd still have to go back to a 6-month journey to get a heavy equipment license for anywhere else. Well, Intel is going to be offering 3,000 manufacturing jobs, and I talked to Perry County people about that. It's not coding in a basement. It's what you would like to do otherwise. And if you know Perry County, it's like a lot of rural America. It's open, it's outdoors, you live on 15 acres at least, you know how to fix a tractor and all that kind of stuff. This is something that they would like to have once they understand it. But you need the incentives, you need all kinds of things. The incentives complement what we do with outreach. When we try to hire social workers now, they have to be engaging. They have to be willing to look people in the eye. They have to be able to be friendly. They have to be willing to sit out in a parking lot of a Dollar General and say, hey, can I talk to you about what we can do for you? So you can see that we're trying all that we can. And if the eligibility is decreased, that just means, the people that we're talking about who would kind of be the 200 that I mentioned in my testimony, they're not made any better off by that change at all.
To that, David, the other thing that people don't seem to understand is when you said those 200 people that were laid off from the Buckingham mine, and I knew many of them personally myself. For every one coal mining job in a county, there are 4 spinoff jobs. So while you may have had 200 people that were affected, that number obviously goes up to 800 people that were affected in Perry County. Real quickly, because I'm going to run out of time, do you feel that this is the best strategy to uplift people from poverty and break the generational grip of economic insecurity by having these work incentives?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely do.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.